Without objection, I'd like to take a moment of silence for our colleague Quincy Murphy.
Good afternoon, everyone. Giving honor to God, who's the head of my life. And I'm not here by accident. I'm here by the quote, "The race is not given to the swift or the strong, but to those who endure to the end." And Quincy is sitting in this seat because I have laid the foundation over 20 years ago. To the Third Ward residents, you guys are going to be okay. Y'all got someone in there that's going to work for y'all and do what's right. Y'all didn't make a mistake when y'all voted for me. Y'all made the right choice. And for those who didn't support me, I will do my best to bring you in, and you will equally have the same rights as the people who voted for me. I will be your councilman and do everything I can to help you. So it ain't no they side, this side, it's us.
Thank you. I want to thank each and everyone who came here today. It is a sad and unfortunate day because we have lost 2 colleagues this year. This council did not start out, we have changed. We've got 4 different colleagues who are no longer with us. I hope that at some point we can learn to put differences aside, to work together, but there are changes that are still coming. My deepest condolences to Councilman Quincy Murphy. My last conversation with him was about the $36,000 for involved dads, which is on our agenda, which I do support. We were moving that money around. It's a lot going on in Flint, and it's a lot in this council.
First, I want to tender my condolences to the family of Quincy Murphy.
You did a beautiful job for Quincy Murphy. Beautiful. You done wrapped the seat. You done did everything was supposed to be done. My condolences go out to his family. But when it came to Eric, you wouldn't even come to the funeral. You wouldn't do anything for Eric. You didn't even want a poster of his picture brought up here for Eric, and that's sad.
I want to talk about legacy. When I give my condolences on y'all council person that has passed on, but when you leave this earth, what is your legacy gonna be? We still fighting over Eric May's legacy today. You only had 2 people get up here out of about 10 people say their condolences to this man. That speaks a lot. That speaks a lot. When you leave this earth, what are you going to leave here? When you leave them seats, what are you going to leave? What are people going to say about you? If you wanted to run in another seat, what are people going to say about you? Will it be good about your legacy? Will it be good? Eric Mays so good if one of his grandkids came up and ran for something, they'd get it just because Eric Mays is their granddaddy. What is your legacy going to be? Sooner or later, you got to answer to what you do. Whether it be here on earth or down there in hell, either way, you're going to have to answer for what you do. What is your legacy going to be? It's not too late to turn it around.
I do want to take this opportunity to publicly extend my condolences to the family of our fallen colleague. I will certainly miss him tremendously. This is a blow to the council and to the city. His legacy is one of leading with his heart, is one of attacking and being tough on blight. It's one of following his own mind, regardless to how anyone might have felt about it, whether we liked it or not. I think what's telling is when you have the opportunity to come and speak. If you have nothing nice to say, you shouldn't say it at all. That's what's telling. What's telling is how you're willing to be disrespectful to someone's memory simply because they didn't do what you liked. That's what's telling. What's even more telling is that you don't have the good sense that God gave you to be quiet and allow a family to mourn just because you didn't like a person. That's what's telling. You want to talk about what's even more telling? Go look at Dewey Park. That's what's telling. You want to talk about what's telling? Look at all of the industrial things that are happening around the Third Ward. That's what's telling. You want to talk about what's telling? Look at that man's legacy and how he helped improve the Third Ward. That is what's telling. That is what's telling.
I also want to take my time to speak on Mr. Murphy. The day after he died, he had community meetings scheduled, and I had, because we weren't sure exactly who was going to be there or who was going to present, I went to hold that for him because he would have wanted that to happen. The amount of information that I learned of what is going on in the 3rd Ward, invasive species of plants being removed and planted with native plants. The Police and Fire Training Academy, which we did know about, Ashley Capital, Sacred Heart Village for the veterans, and all the work that's being done for veterans in this city by Catholic Charities. That's his legacy.
I'd like to cover an oversight for earlier. I do apologize to Quincy for not recognizing him. I want to say I got to work with Quincy 11 years ago up there at the elementary school off of McClellan, Garfield, and you know, he did a great job. He did a great job. I give him a lot of credit for cutting a lot of grass, but I gotta admit, he took that on head on and got it, boarded it up, got things closed up, got it sealed off with concrete blocks, and for the most part, they kept the grass up. He made the community better, and I want to just say thank you for doing that, Quincy.
You know, our beloved councilman in 3rd Ward, he definitely served the city well. You know, I wish that you could have said it when the other people were here so they could hear it from you, how, and talk about the great thing that Mr. Murphy has done, you know, because it matters. You know, it really does matter. You know, just seeing how he kept up with his neighborhood and encouraged other 3rd Ward neighborhoods to do the same, because as council people, we can only do so much with limited resources, you know. And also just looking at how he impacted not only parks like we talked about, he impacted housing. He taught me a lot of things. He worked diligently behind the scenes, you know, because it's not always people's way putting it on Facebook or broadcasting. A lot of people, they work in silence. And the people that know about their work are the people that are affected by their work. So I would like to encourage you at our meeting on Monday, please approach the lectern again, so our colleagues that will be in attendance, and as well as residents, so they know about the great thing that Mr. Murphy did, and so they can hear from you, because these things matter, and your voice does too. So again, I'm looking forward to hearing that same testimony that you gave at that council meeting next week.
It cannot be overstated the impact that Quincy Murphy had on this community. Cannot be overstated how he will be dearly missed. I do hope that someone does step up and make sure that they are taking care of the lots in the area that he was taking care of. That the park does get, all of the parks get the same care that they got under his watchful eye. I do hope that whomever sits in that 3rd Ward seat gives the 3rd Ward the representation that they're used to having, and that they continue on and build on the work that Councilman Murphy has started. I think that the 3rd Ward is headed in a beautiful direction thanks to Councilman Murphy, and so whomever sits in that seat after him, they have big shoes to fill. There is a certain level of care when it comes to blight that the 3rd Ward is used to. So I hope that that continues. I hope that the thriving economic things that are happening over there, that they continue. And so I just, to whomever would dare to put their name in for that 3rd Ward seat, just be prepared to fill some giant shoes, someone who was passionate and caring and really took care of that ward.